Hello, my story, very normal people. Today, as we usually have people who speak about their stories or from their experience or what they have written or what they teach others. And today we have a life coach, a physical. I cannot say it correctly. So please, Gemma, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Arthur. Yes, I'm an exercise physiologist. That's what I went to school for. But I've been in the health and wellness industry for 25 years. And my specialty is that I'm an integrative nutrition health coach. But what I like to do is talk about mindset, what's really going on in our minds and our hearts that helps us reach all our health goals.
I think it starts usually with February and March. People they will go to the sea and they want to give a nice shape to their body. And that is every year. At least every year people try a bit harder, especially at that time. So they want to be a little bit better, looking and so on and so on. So uh, from there they come to you and you start to discuss with them. So please
Yes, so
tell us
over the
what's going
years
on
I've had lots of people who come to me and say, I need to look this way. I've got 3 weeks to my vacation. I'm like, or I've got 1 month till that reunion and I've got to make that person jealous, right? You got to look my best. There's so many reasons why people want to improve the way they look and the way they feel. And that usually involves trying to reduce body fat, try to increase muscle mass, and try to look a certain way or feel a certain kind of confidence. So I do like to get a lot of people. I've been in this industry for 25 years. I do get lots of people who want that last minute change. Now, in the past, I was young and I was naive, and I used to take those clients on and help them as best I could. And you can make a huge difference quickly, but it's not sustainable. Going on a really drastic diet or working out a ton, which isn't your normal life, just to get ready for something, it's not sustainable. So people go on those vacations, they lose a few pounds beforehand. But what happens when they get back from vacation? They go right back into their regular schedule, their regular life, and the weight they'd lost or the changes they'd made that they were working towards, those all get reversed. So what I prefer to do is to talk to people and talk about small changes we can make in our life to help us reach our health goals. But that we don't start with diet, we don't start with exercise. We start with what's going on in here in your head, what's going on in your heart, what do we need to process, what do we need to heal that will make your health journey so much easier. So you're not just hitting your head against the wall and buying the next new diet and signing up for the next new fitness fad. It's more than that. It's about what's going on inside.
So let's say that the first step is in our mind, right? Uh,
Yes.
so what, for example, let's say that I'm going to I want my body to look like Schwarzenegger's when he was young, let's say. I'm just, okay? So the first thing I have to do is changing my mind, right?
Yes.
So how
So
please let's try to do it.
I specialize in working with women
Mhm,
because we have a lot more, stereotypically, we
mhm.
have a lot more to process. And I can speak from my experience on
Okay.
those
Yeah.
things. So that's where my experience is. But a lot of my content does transcend to other genders. So it's for everybody. But if I
Mhm.
say she, her, it's because I specialize in working with women.
Always.
So what happens is when people come and they say, I want to lose weight, I want
Mhm.
to go on this diet, and I want to start this workout routine. Typically, your diets that are coming up and they're all over the media, the books, the commercials, they're popping up on your social media with the
Yes.
ads. Those diets typically rehaul your entire life. All of a sudden, instead of a piece of toast and a cup of coffee for breakfast, you now have to eat two blue eggs that are basted in olive oil that was from olives that were grown on the eastern slope of this mountain with pickled fennel. And some of these diets, they're so, I mean, it's delicious, but it's not realistic. And for someone to go from, I get a lot of clients, they skip breakfast. By the time lunch has come along, they've had 3 venti, triple, latte, choco, whipped cream, calorie, sugar-filled drinks that are huge. They've had 3 of those. They might have a couple of crackers and a cup of soup for breakfast. Then for dinner, they're going to have, meat, potatoes, very rarely a vegetable, and then they're going to eat ice cream for dinner. So their entire life, they have a life. They have families, they have jobs, they have commitments. Their life has to keep on going. So when then you say, now you've got to get up and you've got to cook all this breakfast. You've got to prep your food and take snacks. You have to eat a snack in between breakfast and lunch. You have to eat a healthy lunch, another snack, dinner, another snack. This is so much. It is more than a 180. If you can be more than a 180, right? It is such a huge overhaul of a person's life. So it is very, very normal for people to sign up for these really elaborate diets, stick with it for a week, maybe 2, 3 weeks if you're lucky, but then real life starts creeping back in and they cannot do it. And because they don't really know what to do in small steps, it's all or nothing. If they can't do the diet perfectly, they just go right back to all the coffee, drinks, a snack, and a terrible dinner, right? And this is where I try to bridge the gap. We can have huge benefits in health if we learn to slow down a minute and really integrate healthy choices and do it slowly over time so that we can continue to do these things even when life gets crazy. That we're not stopping our life in this illusion that we will all of a sudden have all this time to do all this food prep. What's one little thing we can do today? And then once we've assimilated that into our life, then we add something else. So I call it baby steps. And that's what I talk about in my book that I'll share with you in a second. Okay. But I talk about baby steps. We have to take baby steps and they add up so much over a lifetime. So this is kind of, as we're kind of talking now, we're delving into a little bit of like the mindset that I coach on is how do I take someone from wanting to do that super crazy diet that's changing the whole world that I know they won't continue to do. They won't be able to maintain it. How do I help them get to the point where they can be peaceful and calm and be okay with the fact that we're going to do a baby step? And that is going to get you more results than doing this huge program for just a couple of weeks. But that one baby step over the course of a year, that's real change. That's real difference in your life and your health. So that's a little, kind of touching the iceberg, tip of the iceberg of what we're talking about when we talk about mindset.
So that is the first one. Let's say we help them to change their mindset, right? And then we go on a diet or we go for exercising.
Everybody's different.
Okay.
So every health coaching client, there's no one size fits all. Mm-hmm. Every single client for health coaching comes to me with their very own set of reasons why. Well, first of all, everyone has different goals. Some people, I've had clients who want to gain weight. I have clients who want to lose weight. I have clients who just want to feel better. They want to be able to keep up with their kids, their grandkids, their life. They don't want to slow down. So everyone's goals are different. So when you know someone's goals, you can really fine tune it. Some people are ready to coach for a little while. And when we start talking about significantly changing what they're eating, or some other clients are ready to go work out. A lot of my clients, we really spend a couple of months really talking about what's going on inside. So what I discuss with my clients and in my, and everything I write on social media is that there are 12 areas of your life. So for example, I'm not going to name all 12, but you've got spirituality, you've got home cooking, you've got income, you've got education, you've got joy, you've got relationships. If you are happy in your life, it is so much easier to value your own health and your own goals. Right. But a lot of people have areas in their life where they're just really unhappy. And if that's one area that you're super unhappy, it will affect other areas. And that unhappiness that can cause an emptiness inside, that's the emptiness people try and fill with food. If they're not confident and can say, I'm important enough to make a priority, they won't skip other things to go to the gym and make their goals a priority. So that's where we're getting really deep into the psychological stuff. If you have areas in your life where you're unhappy, you're going to try and fill that hole with food. If you don't love yourself enough to value your goals, you won't make yourself a priority, which means you won't prep your food. You won't make allowances and take the extra trip to get the food you want and need. You won't go to the gym. You won't get up early and exercise. So what I do is I pull clients back and say, do you love yourself? If not, why? What's going on? What area of your life or areas of your life are you not happy in? If we don't get you happy in those areas, you're going to still have that emptiness that you're trying to fill with food. And no diet's going to work if there's still that empty feeling inside of you from whatever it's in. Mine was education. I had every area of my life, I felt so happy, but I wasn't content with my education. So I can relate, and it feels like an empty hole. It just feels like this emptiness inside. I've had clients who try and fill it with alcohol, fill it with drugs, fill it with food, fill it with other habits that when done in excess are not healthy. They're trying to fill something. And no matter how much food you eat, that emptiness from that, whatever's causing it, will never be filled. So until I figured out, and as I'm a mom, I'm old, I'm in my 40s, I've got kids, I kept telling myself, oh, I don't need to go back to school. I'm fine. Make money, raise your kids, you'll be okay, you'll be okay. But this emptiness inside of me wouldn't go away, no matter how happy I was everywhere else. And then I had a coming to Jesus moment, and I was like, why aren't I going back to school? I'm not too old. I can still have dreams. I can make this work. And the day that I decided I was going back to school, that emptiness has gone. So when I get clients, they're not happy in their relationships. They don't feel like they spend time with friends. They don't have joy in their world the way they want. Until we start to improve those areas, that emptiness isn't going to go away. Okay. So that's another one of the things, right? You don't think about that when you think about diet and exercise, do you?
Right. Yes, you're correct. The only thing is that I just wanted to pull a little bit this string that you say about happiness. So, according to you, how can a person be happy? What will make him or her happy?
Again, different for everybody. So certain people, they're really, really happy being extremely social. They want to see friends every day. They want to talk to people on the phone constantly. Okay. Then there's other people who they're perfectly happy not talking to a living soul for weeks. They can be hidden in a book, that's me. And that makes them super happy. Some people, their happiness with physical activity is going for a walk 3 times a week with someone they love or care about, or their pet. Other people, their physical activity happiness level is working out twice a day, running marathons, doing, the CrossFit games. Everyone has to find their happy. And this is where I give clients permission. You have permission to find your happy, not the Instagram happy of what you see other people doing. Their happy isn't your happy. So certain people, one of the things that is on the circle of life, I call it, is creativity. So I always say, how happy are you with your creativity? Now, Michelangelo, he may or may not have been very unsatisfied with his creativity because it wasn't enough for him. Whereas for me, if I could paint the Sistine Chapel, I'd be off the charts. But everyone's different. So if I am 100% fulfilled with my creativity being drawing stick figures on a notepad when I talk on the phone to friends, if that fills my creative bucket, then I am 100% happy with my creative outlet. So inviting people to say, where are you happiest? Income is big. Some people need to make, enough money for, a winter home and a summer home and the boat and the multiple cars. Other people do not require that much income. They live a much more simple life, and they're very happy with that. So it's all relative. Every single one of us has our different level of what makes us happy. We have to tap in to ourselves to find that out.
Okay, let's close the parenthesis. Let's keep on with the exercise. Okay, now it's hard because not just because you get tired when you go to the gym, but also it's hard to find time. It's like especially in your 40s or even earlier, so it's not easy to find time. Work and kids, as you said, and other things, and also you like to read, you like to do something for yourself, you want to have some coffee with friends, and so on.
Yeah.
So how can somebody find time and to go on that?
Great question. So every exercise time is valuable. So a lot of people think, oh, if I'm going to exercise and if it's going to mean anything, I must go for 30 minutes or I must work out for an hour. Some people think they have to work out for 2 hours. However, every time you move your body, it is exercise. So with the internet now, and I mean, I still have some DVDs of workouts. I don't know if anyone still has those, but I still got my workout DVDs. If you pop a workout in your DVD player or you pop something on YouTube and you just do it for 5 minutes in the morning, that counts. So if it's someone who's never exercised or has not exercised in a long time, if I try and say you have to go from no exercise to an hour a day, I am setting them up for failure because it's too much of an overhaul to try and find that much time every single day of the week in their regular life. But if I can say, can you exercise 5 minutes 3 times a week? And then they begin with that. And once that 5 minutes becomes part of their schedule, we can then say, well, can you do it 5 minutes 5 days a week? Totally doable. It's a small increase. Then can it be 10 minutes? So it's about fitting it into your existing life. Another way is to multitask. So I started doing something called walks and talks. I used to meet a friend for coffee or for lunch and we'd sit down and we'd talk. But I started inviting my friends to go for a walk with me. And we walk and we talk. And we get all the catching up in. We get to laugh and giggle, but we walk while we do it. So we're outside, we're breathing fresh air, we've got sunshine on us, so depending on where you live right now, right? Yes. And you're getting moving, you've got that human connection. Same thing with your family. You want family time. Can you go for a walk? Can you go for a bike ride? Can you go in the backyard and kick the soccer ball around? Can we have a basketball hoop in the front? We go outside and we play basketball. I don't really play basketball. I'm going to use that term loosely. My husband and kids play basketball. I act a fool out there because I'm not very good at sports. But yeah, it's about finding, can you incorporate it? You're already doing something. You want to do something with a friend. You want to, phone conversations. I walk when I talk on the phone. Put my earbuds on and I walk. Those of you who love to read, can you do audiobooks while you walk? So these are for people who are looking to exercise more. Instead of separating, this is exercise, this is life, they have to merge. We have to find a way for it all to fit in, and every little bit counts. So 5 minutes matters. It doesn't have to be an hour.
And it's your, let's say, it's your ideal one. Baby steps, right? Little bit, 5 minutes, then 7, and so on. If merging them, that's a very smart one.
We have to be able to assimilate. Fitness and health shouldn't be a complete overhaul overnight. No one can handle that. We have too much life going on. I could handle that in my 20s when I didn't have much going on, right? I could handle things like that. As you get more responsibilities, as you get more things on your calendar, more things pulling on your time, it has to work into your life. You can't stop your life just to start focusing on being healthy. You can be healthy in your regular life.
Okay, so we got the three pillars, let's say. of a happy life in the end. So, because we cannot talk for so many things, and especially in the books that you have written, people can find more about those stuff about these things on your book, right? You
Yes.
explain them with details and how can somebody take this journey, let's say, the journey to
Yeah,
happiness.
my book is called The Elephant in the Room, and it's about the psychological barriers to weight loss success. Because when we talk about the mental blocks, if you've heard the term the elephant in the room, there's this problem, there's this obstacle, and it's as big as an elephant right before us. But we try not to look at it. We're trying to ignore it. This is what happens with fitness and exercise and dieting is people have something else preventing them from sticking to the diet. There's something else preventing them from getting to the gym. But they don't want to deal with it. So they try the new diet. They go to the new exercise routine and they're ignoring the elephant in the room. So what I like to help coach people through is that we address what that elephant is and heal from it. And then we're able to be healthy and happy. So the book is all about that. And Arthur, what I want your listeners to know and you to know right now is I'm actually giving the book away for free. So you can buy it on Amazon. If you like to hold a book, you can go to Amazon and buy it. But if you go to my website, which is gemmaraynefountain.com, you can actually sign up and get the book for free in PDF form. And I will just email it to you. You can read the book. And it's talking about things that I struggled with in my journey to being happy and healthy, my mental blocks that I went through, and then the mental blocks that I've seen in my clients and friends over the 25 years I've been doing this. Because one thing that I've noticed is very common is when we have something blocking us mentally from reaching our health goals, a lot of people think it's me, I'm broken, there's something wrong with me, everyone else is losing weight on that diet, I'm not. Everyone else is getting results on that exercise program, I'm not, it must be me. Well, what the book really emphasizes is that you're not broken, and that when you read the chapters of these elephants in the room that I've gone through and I've seen in my clients, you identify with them. And the biggest lesson I want everyone to take away from the book is, oh, I'm not alone. I'm not broken. This is normal. This is common. And I can heal from this. I can get help. And there is light at the end of the tunnel.
So let me ask a personal question. What is your motto in life? Something that wakes you up. You just
Oh my
run
gosh.
from the bed.
I really am passionate about women just loving themselves. You know, I've struggled with self-esteem and confidence. Gosh, it wasn't that long ago. It was only 15 years ago when I was sitting in my therapist's office and my therapist said, make a list of all the reasons someone would want to be your friend. Arthur, after a week, I had one thing on that piece of paper. I was a young woman who could not think of more than one reason why anybody in the world would want to spend any time with me or be my friend. And to kind of step outside myself and go, wow, this poor girl, this poor woman doesn't have any idea what her gifts are. And that woman is me. And I did the work. I really did the work. I did therapy. I did self-help. I read. And I tell you what, Arthur, if you ask me now why anybody wants to be my friend, we need another episode because I will talk forever. And so I want other women to have this confidence. I want other women to love themselves, even if their booty's a bit bigger or their tummy is a little bit looser or their arms aren't as strong. We are valuable and we can love ourselves long before we look the way or feel the way we want. We can get there faster if we start loving ourselves now. Our beautiful, perfect selves, flaws and all. We're never going to be perfect. And so as soon as we stop trying and just learn to love ourselves and have that kind of confidence, our lives change before we've even lost a pound. And that is what I'm passionate about. That's why I get up every day. That's why I post constantly on social media. And it's about turning this journey into a joyful journey and doing it from a place of love. I exercise because I love to move my body. I put healthy food in because I love my body. I want my body to feel good. versus what a lot of people have been doing for decades is they punish themselves. They force themselves to go to the gym and say, you ate that, you have to pay now, you've got to do more workout, right? Or putting junk food in that makes them feel bloated and gassy and tired. That's not a loving relationship with your body. So I know it was a long answer, but that's why I get out of bed every day, is to help women and people all over the world just learn to love themselves and address their health from a place of joy and love, not a place of bullying.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gemma. Just guys, don't it doesn't finish here. We hope you will have some more time, so you are more than welcome to come back in our show and to talk not just you but also with other life coaches, and so we can have a discussion for more about this stuff that
I'd
people
love
are
that. That'd be
struggling.
great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anytime, Arthur. Anytime.
Okay. Thank you very much again. I appreciate your time and I appreciate everything that you said. And for the book, thank you very much, because sometimes it's good when we have written, not just words. And guys, when you listen to this show, listen twice, because there is a lot there. And to not make it like this, I'll write down the all the details where you can find Gemma and her book and everything. Okay. So, guys, till the next time, thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.